Alright, here we are. Alright, it's a little bit dark. Be patient with us while we adjust our... Oh, my bad. There we go.
Let me see if... Well, I positioned that camera there too.
There we are.
You'll be like, I'm just waiting.
Yep, we're just waiting to get started on our mini readings. What is the topic tonight? I want to know about some bad experiences that people have had with psychics. Please pardon that if you heard it.
Yes, and it's like, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm about to start on mine, so we're just kind of trying to tie both
Yep, we're
feeds
getting
together.
both feeds live, and we'll get this going in just a minute. I've already done one little mini reading by text, by, Facebook Messenger or whatnot. But, if you're new here, then we're doing, free mini readings. They're short. They're not going to be extensive because they are free. However, you're welcome to ask whatever questions you want to ask. I'm Carlota. This is Shakti. We've both been reading for over 10 years. God, how long has it been? I think I picked up my first tarot deck when I was like 12 or 13. I had the Dragon Tarot.
I was 8 when I first started playing.
Yeah, I remember the Dragon Tarot. I loved that deck. It wasn't very good for reading, but it was beautiful. I think you can still find it online. It's just called the Dragon Tarot. So yeah, that makes almost 20 years for both of, well, that does make 20 years.
It makes, I guess, I've been at it for...
Because I didn't really start reading until I was a little bit older.
I would say, overall, I've been into this or working into my intuition for like 32 years. And, I'm like, not to give my age away. But
what she really means is 29 years.
But I didn't really get into this, like, I started when I was more like in the late teens, and then I would say like 19, and then I have not been doing this, like, professionally.
Yeah.
It's been like 10 years professionally speaking.
Yeah, I really haven't done it much for the public until now. I would do readings for people I didn't know, but here and there I would just do them with people I met randomly. I've never really done anything public like this until recently. It's a lot of fun. I like it. It's interesting. It can be very exhausting, so you have to excuse us taking breaks, and we'll probably likely be here maybe an hour or so. It is very draining. If you are thinking about practicing tarot or you already practice, I would definitely recommend meditating as often as you can. It helps a lot. It helps with clarity, and it helps with relaxing your... it just does everything. It relaxes your body, relaxes your mind. It can be very energizing. Align your chakras, which I think is very important.
I'm like...
I'm just gonna...
Well, I'm still lining up my... And yes, we were attempting to do this a lot earlier. It just didn't pan out.
Yes, we will be doing earlier shows. We were thinking, Shakti was discussing doing these groups on Thursdays. So, you're off on Thursdays, right? And I'm usually done by 5. So, once we've got the mayhem of our lives, because we both have, between the two of us, we have an army of children. Hopefully we can get them started around 8 or 9 soon, instead of as late as we have been.
Okay, so here we go. Sorry,
Right, we're almost ready to go. Who is this person who keeps appearing and disappearing?
No, I'm here.
You don't want to say hi?
No, you see me? No, you don't.
For those of you who watch this a little bit later, feel free to skip ahead, until we are until we're at the juicy part, you know, the meat and potatoes, the real stuff.
Oh my gosh. No. I'm trying to get your.
Oh, you gotta be, it's sage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, sage advice by Carlota.
Where
That's
there's
okay,
no-
you don't have to link it. Well, we'll fix it. Our crowd awaits us. Our audience. Our adorers. So the lovers jumped out at me.
What do you think that means? Actually, let's start with that. That's a good topic of conversation.
Yes, the lovers jumped out at me while I was shuffling. I like to shuffle to, you know, keep my thoughts calm and when I'm getting ready. Oh, it was you, Emerald. Hi, Emerald. How are you?
Hello, Emerald. We got two here.
And it looks like you tagged Deanna Miller. Hi, Deanna. How are you?
Hello, Deanna.
Well, as far as the lovers card, let me put it back up here. The lovers card can signify a couple different things. One of them being change, another can be choices. It can be a relationship, but in my experience, in my readings, it generally isn't. You know, it can indicate a relationship between people, but not necessarily romance. I think in this particular case, I wasn't really doing anything but shuffling for peace of mind. I think it's a good indication that things will go well, that, you know, this is a good opportunity to develop relationships with people.
It says, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and because tarot can be very personal. You know, I said this in one of our last broadcasts, and I'll say it again because it's so worth saying. You know, tarot is not just fortune telling. It's not just... Oh, that's weird.
I know. It's because we're like right here, like live now. Okay.
So it's not just a chance to show off your psychic powers. It doesn't mean you can divine the lottery, as my friend Joe so eloquently asked for earlier. Because trust me, if I could find the winning lottery numbers, we'd already be there. We would be on live TV, not on our freaking cameras in the middle of the night.
But this is actually not, I mean, what we do is just out of the pure love.
It's a lot more, it's therapeutic. You know, and yes, I totally agree. I do this because I love it. It is a wonderful feeling when you can help people out, you know, when they need advice or when they're scared or when they hurt, and when they need some kind of guidance and you're an ear to listen. And I mean, that's what the tarot is. It's not, my belief is that the tarot, you know, you attach ideas to symbols, and the tarot is full of symbolism. That's why every tarot reader is different. One card can mean 20 different things depending on the person. You know, it's just like with dreams. If I, for instance, if I were to dream about, okay, I hate tornadoes. I have a phobia of tornadoes. So to me, dreaming about a tornado will mean, you know, it's a complete nightmare and everything is topsy-turvy. You know, it means like a huge drastic change is coming for me, just because I fear them. I mean, they instill panic in me. So it's usually something very negative that's coming along. Now, on the other hand, somebody who might be a storm chaser dreaming about a tornado might be about chasing their dreams, literally. You know, so my point is that, you know, the symbols can mean different things to different people. What are you doing now? Oh, you're grabbing. Hold on, folks. She's grabbing an incense.
No, and I'm fixing to my feed here. But I'm about to start my feed, so we're gonna unite feeds.
So yes, we unite fees. Oh, you know what? I think I can put the flag. There we go. That fixed it.
That's what I do.
All right, now you guys can actually see us on my feed.
I wonder.
Guys, keep it down. Sorry, we're just chastising our respective others. Other halves.
Wonderful halves that they are. Jeez.
So, Emerald, I'm glad that I was able to answer your questions and relieve some of your anxiety. Do you have any other questions for us while we're here?
Can you turn this no? That's a question. Like, can you turn it sideways and will it still be?
I think so. Let's try it.
Or is it?
Yeah.
This
There we go.
weird. Is it gonna be like? You know what? Hold on. I mean, okay, I'm like, keep talking.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to fix Shakti's feed so that everybody can see both of us.
I'm like, yeah, until we have a paid camera crew and
Right?
makeup artists.
What we really need to do is anything about my stepdaughter's mom. Ooh, that sounds juicy. Well, is there something in particular you're concerned about, or you just, want to see what's going on with her?
Okay, I think this is working. All right.
There we go. Hi,
So
everybody,
far,
on
1, 2,
Shakti's feed.
So I'll be repetitive while you're doing Emerald. Hello and welcome. We're still working on the technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, it's okay if you see half my face. You guys can hear me. That's totally fine. Plus, if I really want to be seen, I can just be like,
So,
shove you out
yes.
of the way.
well, good evening.
Hi, Kayla.
And salutations. Greetings. We are doing a
Court date coming up.
oh.
Okay, so
we're
that's
doing a
more
dual
specific.
feed here. So Carlota is joining me. Yes, you are my first, Kayla.
We'll write you down here. Kayla, if it's all right with you, we're going to make you second here. Emerald was actually first. Well, I guess you're first on her feet. But she has one more question we would like to answer, and then we can go ahead and do you. Oh, hey, Joe. How are you?
So I am going to speak to my feed at this time. So, well, hello and welcome. We are doing just a free mini readings tonight, as I usually do. And joining me is Carlota.
Kayla. She says, give it to me.
What we do ask is that, it isn't a first come, first served basis, but if you have had a reading with me or with Carlota recently, just allow those that haven't had a reading with us at all to get a chance. Also because if you just got a reading not too long ago and then you want to have, hi Heather, okay, and thank you for joining. So, that's basically what I do ask of those that are joining to please understand. And this is just so that you can get an idea of like how I do my readings, how Carlota does her readings. And so I guess
Now,
start.
let me jump in here. Emerald, what is your stepdaughter's mom's name?
And
It doesn't have to. You don't have to include her last name if you don't
Hello,
feel
third
comfortable
viewer.
doing that. But her first name, would be helpful. That way we can focus on her a little bit while we shuffle.
So I guess I don't know if it's like hello and welcome and thank you for joining. Whoever does join, because we're actually doing it like we have two feeds going on and we're trying to kind of bring them together now that we are over the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So if you are here, just say hello, and if you want a reading.
Kate. Okay.
So
All right. So
I guess let's go
wanna
with
get started?
Emerald. Yes, Emerald, Kayla, Heather.
All right. So Emerald would like to know what is going on. They have a court date coming up with her stepdaughter's mother, and her name is Kate.
So she wants to know how the
You-
court date is going to, how the hearing is going to go, or the.
You want to know how the hearing is going to go, or
So we are doing, it's like, hello, fresh victims. We are doing free mini readings, and what we are asking is, it's a first come, first serve. Just say hi, say I'm here, and I'd like a reading. We will try to get to everyone who is patiently waiting, and, we do appreciate your patience.
And of course,
So-
we do ask that in return for these free readings that you at least leave us reviews.
That'd be
Or,
great.
also you can like and share our pages. That would be wonderful.
We would really love that.
That helps us out. Okay, Emerald says yes. So she would like to know how the court date, is going to go.
All right, let's do it. And so we are going down the list. We have we're writing down everyone who joins just to make sure that everyone gets a turn. Right now we're going with Emerald. Emerald is on Carlota's feed. And then we have Kayla, we have Heather on mine, and I'm not sure who else. Hey, no. But if you're here, thank you for joining, and just
Yeah, when you use the car, you don't get that much.
let us know.
You know what's really interesting?
Sorry.
The first spread that I did for Emerald, the 9 of Cups came up in the exact same position.
I got you, September.
Isn't that weird? And it was about something totally different. It was about her moving. But in this particular, this came up in the same place. So my thinking is money is still, not just with moving now, but money is obviously an issue with this court date. Is she trying to take her daughter back? Is this about money?
Oh, you got it. No, I guess, I'm sorry. I'm trying to join feed, so after Emerald, then we're going to keep
Hey,
going
Sep,
down the
how are
line.
you?
This is really interesting. Okay. We're on to Emerald, and thank you everyone for patiently waiting. So please let us know that you're here, and first come, first serve. Allow others that have not gotten a reading with us before to get one. And all right, so we're doing Emerald, and what you pick up from Emerald, and then I'll.
No, child support and extra time.
Well,
Okay, so the child support is in that 9 of Cups, and the extra time. How much extra time here? Is this something that you and her, your stepdaughter's father don't want? Because I don't. There's a lot of people in this. And I definitely see the judge in here trying to be fair. I don't necessarily think it's going to go your way. What are you picking up on
Well,
this?
this is what I have to say for Emerald, who, for those that are joining, is on Carlota's feed. So, she has been patiently waiting throughout our technical difficulties. I do see that right now it's almost like you feel like, bam, your world has been turned upside down. Like, this is a very, very significant, drastic kind of hit, change. Your foundation has been just completely knocked out of the way in order to start anew. And I know that it might seem like it's scary. It is, I don't know, it's severe, worrisome. There, I see also like a choice to be made, you having to choose one way or the other. However, I do see you just trying to provide stability, the home concerns with that. And also, I guess maybe it's a situation where there's a guy involved, because I do see that, and I'm not sure if it's a baby daddy or whoever. And then it's like there's someone, I guess you feel like you've been carrying that cross or that weight. However, things, from what I can see, are happening the way that they should be happening, even though they don't seem like they are right now. It seems like you feel betrayed. There's a lot of hurt, pain, and then wondering if you should really stick it out or not, or what you should do, because relationship is also around. And this is like random, but I'm just doing like a quick, just version. But I think that it is important to, yes, stand your ground, but I think that you shouldn't resist what's going on right now. Like, give in to what's going on, because it has to, I think it's just for some reason it has to happen.
Yeah, I think in terms of child support, she may get her way. And for the time. I don't think that giving her extra time is necessarily a bad thing, although it may be, like Shakti said, scary.
But I don't see it as...
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
I do think that it is not, yes, not as bad as it seems. However, since we have other lovely people waiting, and I do thank you, Emerald, for your patience, but as always, we do offer... Okay, and Kayla's pointing out on my feet that she feels kind of like flexibility.
Seb, just be aware that,
she knows, I know she's, that we're just going down the line.
Just to make you aware, medical readings are very difficult. They're not something that we generally do just because it kind of crosses a line to give medical advice of some kind, but I mean, we could definitely, take a look. However, you should always be safe and,
thank you, Emerald.
I'm
telling you, check with the doctor. No, but I mean, I know. I guess we're kind of giving disclaimer just in case, and I know that September knows, like, we're not, like, doctors by any means. So anyone that has any question like that.
Good, I'm glad to hear it, Emerald.
Thank you, Emerald. Just to make sure that we're not doctors or anything. We're just, just like spiritual advisors. And so we're
Kayla
moving
wants
on
a general
to
reading.
Kayla, and then so we have Kayla, Heather, September, and whoever's joining. Like, hello and welcome. You can say, hey, I'm here, and if you do want a reading, then please let us know. Whatever, it's just kind of a quick mini reading. And yes, you are, September. She is awesome. September looks like Michonne from The Walking Dead. Not to mention she loves The Walking Dead too. So
it is an awesome show, and so is Michonne.
Yeah, so is September. All right, so we'll go with Kayla, Heather, September, and whoever else is here. Like, my shawl is like... Oh, okay. Hi, Jen. Oh, hello, Hampton. Okay. Oh,
hi, nice to meet you.
So we got you on the list. Jen, thank you so much for joining, and thank Hampton for me too. He's a very sweet, awesome person.
Kayla, are you like, the main caregiver here in your particular situation? I feel like you have to be in charge of everything in your home life, in that, people depend on you a lot, which I imagine can be exhausting. You're not looking for new work, are you?
I truly do miss you, September. And okay, so we're with Kayla now. Hello and welcome. If you just joined, this is a quick pause. We're doing just first come, first serve, mini readings, and just trying to get to everyone who's waiting patiently. So if you're here and you want a reading, say hey, and that way we can put you down on the list. And we're writing you as you come into the feed. And, we're just making sure that everyone who hasn't had a chance to get a reading before or recently does get it. So don't be offended if you were on the last feed and you did, and we kind of skip over you just because we're trying to make sure we get to everyone. Kayla?
Kayla, I feel like on one hand you've got all your responsibilities going on, and on the other hand you've got your desire to just do you. And I feel like you really need a vacation or you've really been thinking about it. So there's definitely some distance going on there. I mean, the Page of Wands over here crosses the Six of Pentacles.
Got it, Heather.
So I think that you're ready to take off and get that relaxing time that you need. Also, the Two of Wands shows up for me, which I think that, again, that ties into you moving, not moving, but taking some sort of vacation and an adventure. You're very, very family oriented.
Sorry.
But you got to take a break for yourself, and it's interesting because the High Priestess shows up in both of our readings here.
Yeah, I mean, and then but I mean, you tell her, oh, Hampton, he's here. Okay, so tell her whatever else you're picking up, and then I'll
No, you go ahead because I'm gonna ponder a little.
All right, so for Kayla, this is really, actually, this is, pretty accurate for what I can feel, and she is in the fall, the vacation. That I picked up.
Nice.
So Kayla, I see you as maintaining, your ground, your status quo, just making sure that you have enough money to provide for whatever it is that you need, like making sure that you run out of money either. And then I feel like either you still have a lingering feeling of you were cheated or robbed of an opportunity in the workplace, like this is all work related. And then struggling.
Which makes sense with the, I had asked if she may be looking into something new.
Yes,
So.
and she did say, I mean, like not before. I don't know. If not, like she should be looking more.
I definitely think that you will have all the success in finding that new job. It's imminent.
But it's also funny because I am seeing, yes, like the job, the opportunity right here. However, and I'm going to say it like that because the first word I pick up is lunacy. It is all around you, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like some people are cray-cray around you. The moon is being literal right now. So it's like there's a lot of deception or a lot of, like small talk, whatever going on. However, just remember that you embody the High Priestess. That's the result card, and that you do have the power because you're nurturing and motherly.
Certainly.
To
I just put you on the list
to manifest and to do what you are wanting to do. So do continue to stay your
stand your ground
and watch out because there are a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of lunacy around.
And just focus on that vacation. It is coming sooner than you think, and you will get the rest that you deserve.
Yeah, it's starting in the fall. And I think that it's maybe not so much.
I think that's going to show up very soon. You'll know.
And it's I've said before that I see her something different. And, this is why life took you in this direction. Believe it or not, blessing in disguise. So.
All right. So moving on to Heather.
Yes, Heather, who wants a general. We have September. We have Jen. We have Christian, Hampton,
And Deanna at the bottom.
and Deanna.
Yes.
Deanna. Okay, so Deanna and guys, just like again, a reminder. Hello, if you're here, thank you so much for joining. We're doing the free mini readings. Shalinda is back.
All right,
Okay.
Shalinda.
Shalinda wants to know about marriage relationship.
Hi, Teresa. De nada, Kayla.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Kayla, Shalinda. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Danielle.
And Danielle, so, hold on.
Hi, Deanna. So, I hope you don't mind being patient. It'll be just a couple of minutes.
Yes, thank you. Because we have
just a few in front of you.
Yeah, we're doing co-feeds here, I guess you could say. But if thank you everyone for your patience, and hello Maxine. So what we are asking is for you to, especially if you're brand new, we want to give you the focus on, we want to give you the priority again. And not that we don't love our regulars, because we absolutely do. But if you've gotten a reading from either one of us recently, we just want to give everyone else a chance, if that hasn't.
Oh, well, thank you, Dan. I
So,
appreciate that. We both do. She says she loves watching this. Well, we love doing this. I'm not much of an entertainer, though. I always feel like the need to entertain,
nice.
and I'm just not very good at it.
I am an entertainer.
Yeah, you are.
You're quoting my favorite Billy
Hoe
Joel.
bag.
Daughter situation. Okay. And sorry, Maxine, I'm trying to get just a reminder here of what you want us to look into.
Heather, are you still there?
So Heather she wants a general.
A general reading, okay.
And you are on the list, Christian. So yeah. So this is for Heather, and then after Heather we have the September. When did?
Yeah, and then Jen and Hampton. Deanna's actually after them all.
Yeah, I'm like, did I write Deanna? No, I wrote Deanna. Actually, no, I wrote Deanna after Hampton. Because
Right. I just happened to put her there. Yeah, I didn't see Jen and Hampton.
All right. So,
All right, Heather.
we're like the Beavis and Butthead of the tower. If you're still here, Heather. We're like, gotta see what we get. Oh, goodness. All right, Heather, this is for you.
All right, Heather
I
Marie.
miss you too. I miss you too, Christian, and you're absolutely... Really? I love Mama Joan. Sorry, I'm like reading, trying to make sure that I get to everyone's comments in here, and that is awesome. I love Joan. And you can definitely come see me. Oh, okay. So, are you picking up first, or do you want me to?
You go ahead this time.
Okay, so for Heather, this is, I don't know. Okay, so, and I'm saying I don't know because it's like a lot of stuff coming up at once. All right, I'm going to say, I don't know if you suffered, like you had a miscarriage, or you suffered the loss of a child, or you're concerned about losing a child, but it seems like, or you've had the dream of having a child, or and then it seems like you have this situation because of deep hurt, deep betrayal. I don't know if it was within the marriage or with just hopes of getting married or having, that kind of situation. I don't know. That's why there's a lot here. But you're going through a huge, huge transformation. And it seems like it's a new chapter in your life. Like there's a lot going on here. Like you feel like you're stuck. And I'm seeing Maxine, what you're...
Hi, Maxine.
There. So we do have you on the list.
All right,
Maxine.
we'll put you down.
I have her here. But anyway, Heather, just what I wanted to say is that it's also like you're carrying the responsibility or the weight. I don't know if either it's for this other person, or would you just carry the weight of others instead of focusing more on yourself and your own happiness and your own, whatever it is that you want to do as opposed to what everyone else wants you to do. You do have opportunity, and I think that this is another one of those situations where it's like blessing in disguise type of deal. Hi, Shelby. We'll get you in here too. So I know that this seems like it is tragic. It feels like it's very heavy, but there's another direction where you're being taken from what I feel here, and there's just basically like the world is your oyster. That's kind of what I'm catching here, and you can make do. There's another direction, more like with either career or going back to school or studying. And yes, you did make the list, Danielle. We're just with any person that comes in. As soon as I see you and you say hi, you're like, hey, I just write your name down just to make sure that I'm getting someone, and on the list.
Now,
But that's just, obviously, we do offer like more, in-depth consultations. But what do you?
I don't have a whole lot to add to that. I mean, my spread came out
A
pretty.
lot of the same cards came
Yes, and it came out very mixed up. I see a lot of mixed up emotion in here, and a very serious situation going on with mourning. You need rest. You need to take the time to be on your own for a little bit and figure things out. I know it seems like maybe you're afraid to take charge of things, but you can totally do it.
Yeah, see, it's interesting. The Chariot and the Magician both. So that is
Yes.
suggesting that you can manifest what it is you want.
But you need to take that time to yourself, because the Ten of Swords also popped up in both readings, and that's just such a heavy, like Shakti said, a very, very heavy feeling that you're carrying. And the Four of Cups over here, this is kind of who you are right now, who you need to be. Very contemplative, just doing your thing. Meditate. For all intents and purposes, if you're going to take any advice, try meditating. Even if it's a 5-10 minute guided meditation you can find on YouTube, do it, and it will help you. I wish you the best of luck, because this, I hate to say, wasn't the most positive of spreads that I got.
It's interesting because Heather said that she just got married on Sunday, but I don't know. I mean, that's just what I'm sensing, of course. Nothing is written in stone, and this isn't to discourage you. Maybe this is a situation that you are coming out of. However, just keep an eye on that. I don't, it's like, I don't like to, make anyone feel like, oh my gosh, and especially because you embarked on this new chapter of your life. So just remember that to do things, because you want to do them, and it basically, like I said on the last broadcast, that it's all about, it starts with the self, and it's all about loving you, and then that radiates onto the outside. So I think that, Heather, there's just a lot there. If you chosen the path to stick it out with him and embark on this new chapter, then just keep that in mind. Like, no relationship is ever easy
Or perfect.
or perfect. Like everyone is like, all right, and marriage, the label itself doesn't make it everlasting. I did explain that before too, but it's not to say that you can't have what you want. So now I'm gonna.
And congratulations, by the way, Heather.
Yes.
Congratulations. It's an awesome feeling, isn't it?
Newlywed over here. So it's September.
Yes.
Turn, and I can do yes or no questions too, even though like.
Except we wanted to know about her pregnancy,
If
right?
she's pregnant. So thanks again, everyone, for patiently waiting. And also, I just wanted to say that a lot of the stuff that we pick up might not necessarily be right here, right now. Like, I can actually project onto like later on, a lot later on. It just depends. I can't, it's just, it all depends. Are you trying to shuffle faster here? Like, no, I'm going to do this. All right. So after September, we have Jen and Christian and Hampton, Deanna, Shalinda, Teresa.
September, for
Danielle,
your particular
Maxine,
question,
Shelly.
I'm going to do just a 5-card spread and see what comes up. I generally don't like the yes or no questions, but, we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, it's whatever we're comfortable with. Hold on. Let me check to it. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think there's a very good chance. Look at that High Priestess, but...
Well, you just, like... You can feel free to say whatever you're picking up.
I think there's a good chance. We see the victory card, but it may take a little bit. you know, it's not going to be an easy. It's not going to be an easy thing at first. I think it will result in a lot of upheaval. But I do think there's a good chance that you are. And look, the victory card shows up in both the Six of Wands.
Spreads. I mean, I can tell. I pick up actually a few things. So, and I mean, not just.
No,
Okay.
take it away.
So September, I have like the feeling. Okay, the feeling that I get is it's sort of like, first of all, you're like a kite, free flowing back and forth. And I think that when someone tries to like anchor you down, you know, you're like, oh hell no, like this isn't happening. I feel that maybe you've had kind of right now, like, well, not right now, but for a little bit now, you've been on more of like a rebellious streak in your life, like rebellious in the sense of like revolutionary, maybe I should say. Like you're just wanting to discover new territory. You're wanting to not, you know, you've never been the norm either. Just like I've never been the norm. Maybe you've had some encounters even, you know, like having to do with the I don't know, the justice system or, you know, something like that. Like be, you know, just defying that because you want to be you and be free to be you. So what is showing up for me too is either thoughts of just taking off and moving, you know, just moving somewhere else, like brand new, not just like moving from where you live. And then the High Priestess does come up, which also shows me, you know, and it's affirmation for the journey that you've been taking, as far as, you know, you just want to just, you know, let loose, be a kite that's, you know, just free flowing. But then we have other aspects here. What shows is like just you know, still struggling, like there's so much untapped talent that is. It's not that you don't know that you have the talent. It's
September is an awesome birth month, by the way, Hampton. I totally agree with you. My youngest daughter is September 10th.
But it's here. There's like a need for you to do what is creatively expressive for you to do. I also see that maybe, like you. I feel strongly that you probably are, but there's also a chance that, you know, it might not, you know, it's like there might be a chance of either, okay, so the moving comes, either miscarriage or maybe there's a fear of that, but it just kind of seems like that's around for some reason.
Oh, that's awesome, Danielle.
and,
Isn't it a great birthday? Sorry.
Yeah, no. But then also, like, it's almost like the past keeps coming back in and out. And I'm seeing this as the relationship, because the interesting thing here is that it's almost like, how can I even say this? Because I'm like, oh, the words. There's someone here, you know, that you have in your heart that comes and goes, or for some reason you're like, and but I do see renewal or rekindling or a new relationship. Or although this seems to me more like
within what you already have.
Exactly. And maybe it's almost like you are a gypsy, if that makes sense. You know, you're free and you just take off whenever. You have no problem being like, I don't need anything and I don't need anyone, because you're very strong and independent.
All right.
But it would be a beautiful thing if there's a very strong chance.
And let us know.
What to
Please
say.
come back and let us know for sure.
And
That would be
that's-
so exciting.
And that's just a gist, September. You are an amazing woman. I know September personally, and I do miss her so much. And I've always wanted to be like, let's hang out, because, I mean, you're like one of a kind, truly. She is, like when I saw her, I first saw her, I was like, Michonne? No.
So, what is that? Did you write down? What did Jen want a reading on?
I think Jen just wanted a general, so thank you, September.
Thank you, September. Please don't be shy.
afraid to, and just, you know, contact me. Contact me. I'm like this, text or message. So, and that's just more of a general gist, obviously, that they're quick. mini readings. But much love to September. You're amazing, and no matter what, you're gonna do fantastically well. Shannon, hi. Marry
Hi,
me.
Shannon.
I remember Shannon
Marry
from
me.
before. Okay, and Jen.
All right, general reading.
Really. Much love to my September, and this is for, well, you go by Jen, I guess, right, Jen? General. Thank you, everyone who
Is waiting.
patiently waiting. That kiss was for September, just so nobody.
I thought it
you
was
know.
for me.
No, exactly. So I was clarifying.
That's not what you said last night.
Your ear.
Yes.
Kind of like inside joke. All right.
No, it's
so-
really not. She really just wanted my ear.
Right. And after there's Jennifer. Okay, so Jen, Christian, Hampton, Deanna, Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon. That's just our list. So
And then we're going to take a break. You need to take a break because she doesn't. I do because I get tired.
I mean, when I have to go to the ladies' room for, I don't want to be like all crude and not, but it's like, if I do, because I'm sitting here for a while, then yes. All right.
All right, Jen.
Aw, I love it. I love all the love, and I love everyone that always. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay. Everyone that comes back, and you're. Shh. I'm sorry, we have just
We have company.
yeah, in the background.
Like this is my house. We have company.
Yeah, we do. We do have company. Exactly. So we're like.
Jen, do you miss partying? I know that sounds like a silly question, but do you miss having fun? Yeah.
That's so
Look.
funny. We got.
The Three of Cups. See these ladies?
And for both of us, it came up, but yeah.
See these ladies? That's crossed by this. The Seven of Cups.
No, that's like, yeah.
I feel like you need a night out. You need a ladies' night out. Again, with people, there's people involved. I think the King and Queen of Pentacles here are you and your significant other. Are you contemplating having children, maybe, or do you already have children?
Well, sort of.
No, keep going.
like-
Go ahead. These are just random thoughts that
So yes, like just for like food for thought. I don't know if that's also like I do see some people in here, but
And look at
This-
these choices.
yeah, she said it. She doesn't go out anymore ever.
You need to.
I think that maybe there's emphasis here on becoming the woman that you should be or you feel like you want to be. And when I say that,
You have children already. Okay.
when I say that, what I mean is, feel empowered and, feel like you're the lioness, roaring and doing your thing. But there's also something here that seems like it's very significant and very like another big bang. We're having a lot of big bangs here because
Are you planning on
this
having
is
any
like-
more children? Because I think that's a possibility.
it could very well be because I'm also seeing there's just fertility possibility. Although don't get me wrong, just fertility in general.
If you don't want any more, be very, very, very careful.
It's like
Basically.
make sure like what would Robert say? Where
Because you're going to end up having to
play.
make a choice. That's for sure. And it doesn't seem like you like being the decisive one. Like you're, how do I put this? Like, I am a very wishy-washy person, okay? I don't like making big sudden decisions that are going to have permanent effects because I always think of the what-ifs.
Okay, your last one in September.
Okay. Well, I see you and your significant other are fertile, so I'm not sure that that's not going to happen, for you again, or that it's not going to happen for you again. Let me rephrase this. I'm not sure that that's not in your future. I think that there's definitely a strong possibility that you may end up pregnant again. That's not a bad thing. I think it's very good, but it's going to come after a really, really special night with your husband. Maybe what my spread is telling you to do is go on a freaking date with your spouse.
It could very well be.
Sometimes the cards can be funny like that.
Yeah, it's so.
And I'm very sorry to hear that, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's a really hard thing to have to experience, no matter what or how far along. But I'm also just feeling that even though this whole thing has happened, like that hard hit, there's just emphasis on spending time on yourself. Just kind of pulling back to contemplate, what it is that you want.
Hey,
how
Robbie.
you're feeling. Like, hi, Robbie. And then choices. Right now, I think you're. I think you're at a point, Jen, where there's some maybe options there, and maybe you're kind of turning away from the whole mother thing for a bit. And that's fine, because like Carlota just said, I think that you need to just have fun and just kind of, yes, it's going to take time to heal at your own pace, but don't be afraid to just have some fun and enjoy what you do have now, because I do see the whole possibility of the pregnancy, but I don't think just yet. It has to be, I'm saying it has to be, but you know how things happen naturally.
No, I'm telling you, it's going to be after a big, a special night. That was the ace.
And then also just after some time for yourself, because I think that, the intensity of what you're feeling, and it's like overwhelming. So you need time to heal from that, and then not feel like, oh shoot, because this happened, that means that I'm not good enough, or that I'm never going to have children, because that's something that when we have suffered a loss, whether it's miscarriage or abortion, we can't help but feel that way. You know what I mean?
That's absolutely true.
Not, the message is just not to feel guilty, and the self-work will help you, and the having fun, so.
Oh, excuse me, wrong too.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, and Jen and everyone that's patiently waiting. Thank you so much.
Yes, and Hampton, you are next.
Oh,
no, Christian. I'm sorry, Christian.
But
you are
it's
next.
funny because Christian and Hampton are kind of hand in hand. Anyway.
Oh, are they?
I mean, yeah, but I'm like, no, not in the way you think it might be.
And then Deanna, you are coming up shortly, right after Hampton. So 2 more.
I think so. I don't like with Christian, because I've read for Christian before.
You want to go ahead and read for him?
No, I said I'd like for you to read for. Oh, you're so very welcome.
You're welcome, Jen, and
Christian.
good luck.
Okay, Christian, I want Carlota to. I know, because Christian has always been very patient, and I also know and love Christian, and she's never had a reading by you, so that's why I'm like.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Christian, what was your question? What would you like a reading on?
She's gonna be rich and famous, obviously.
Well, yeah, of course.
Hold on one second.
We all are.
Of course.
Well, in the meantime, I will split in between these 2 chairs. Hey, that's not what I meant. All right, Christian, you ready? A general spiritual reading? I'll be up front. The spiritual readings are not my forte, but I will do one for you and see what comes up. That's more in Shakti's realm of readings.
What am I reading?
She wants a spiritual reading. I said those are more your forte.
I just had to regenerate my health real quick.
All right, Christian.
We're getting a pretty solid start, you know?
Yeah.
Halfway your level now.
The the Four of Cups comes up again. I think that you have been working on yourself pretty hard. Let me see.
Like half the rum in the
Yeah,
road.
that's part of it.
Well, the wish card, the star comes up, and that is the wish card. I think that means very good things for you. I think that you are going to be, all your hard work is paying off, or is going to be paying off. Change is difficult, and it's not painless. So, I think that you need to spend that time on your own. Again, I will suggest meditating until the, birds start chirping, until I'm blue in the face. Here she's back. So I think that, you need to spend that time on your own. But I think that you are doing really well with your spiritual journey. As far as transformation goes, you're getting there. I think that you need to open up your emotions a little bit more. Be a little bit more in tune with your emotions and with yourself. It's not a bad thing to feel, even though feeling intensely can feel like crap. We all need to go through it. But again, the overall theme of this reading is being on your own and working things out on your own. So, I don't know if that's something that means you need the solitude. And everybody really needs solitude. We don't, in this day and age, when we're so connected to technology, we are connected to everything. We don't get any time by ourselves at all. You need that in order to grow as a person, and it will help you get over whatever it is that this Three of Swords represents, which is some significant heartache there.
Hi, Courtney. Sorry,
That is my take on your spiritual journey thus far.
All right, Robbie. Courtney, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining.
Sure, Robbie.
We do have you on the list. We'll just take a quick break and get to Hampton.
Wait, was that meant for me?
Basically what we're doing is just quick mini readings so that you get a gist of what we do, and we just wanted to ask.
Okay, just making sure.
We just want to ask that if we love our beautiful people, no, really, and we really do appreciate the love and support, but we just want to make sure that if you're new, here, and you have not had a reading by us, or, we want to give you the priority. So
it's my turn to go potty. Yes, I use words like potty. I have a 1-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 13-year-old, so I still use words like potty. I will be back.
Oh, okay, comments? Really? Is it, how do we say this name? I'm like, English is a second language. Melanie?
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 Melanie Burke?
Melanie.
Melanie?
You need to swipe, what is it? Because it's like, it's not seeing.
Oh, you have to take that.
They're like, hold on. Swipe. Okay, so like if I were to swipe to my right, I don't see any comments or anything. It's just me. Hi, everybody. Okay, just talking up. And then if I swipe to the left, then I can see your comments. So that might help. And okay, I'm going to finish Christian up. So after Christian, just so everyone knows. Okay, awesome, Courtney. So just write general.
I tend to only pick up.
After Christian, I'm finishing up with her. Melanie. Okay, so I did have it right. Okay. We have Hampton, Deanna, Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon, Robbie. We're just gonna do him, and not in that sense, but you know, Robbie's close by. So Robbie, you know what we're gonna do. We'll stop by with you, and then Courtney. So Shannon, Courtney. For Christian, I still think that there's some of the old BS. Sorry, I'm trying not to, I'm trying to be more proper. Okay, yay, there you go, woohoo. And you can like scroll up and down to catch up. It could be. Wait, is she still on? Or, oh, she didn't. We didn't lose her. But if not, Hampton, then tell her, it's recorded, so it'll be here when if she wants to catch up. So I'm going to do a quick one for Christian since Carlota did. Okay, no, see, there she is. All right. I am going to say, Christian, so there's a lot of the same BS going on. And I think you're almost about to like break free, and then all of a sudden it just he ends up sucking you back in, because like here he is. It's someone once told me, you're gonna take it until you can't anymore. Yep, it is going to. You know why? Because you have to choose yourself first and foremost. I think that he like reels you in with talk of family and love and all this stuff, and you believe it. But this is simple psychology. Actions speak louder than words. Has he given you those results before? It's like, how long have you been with him? On and off, on and off. And right now, it feels almost like you're living your worst nightmare. You feel like you're trapped. Like, all right, if I do this, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're at a place where you're kind of at a stalemate, or you know what I mean, and then there's it's just like a lot of bickering, betrayal, but it's very ridiculous. I'm gonna say this, it's all so stupid is the word I want to say, because it just escalates and escalates, and I think he knows that he's pushing your buttons, so he's like, all right, I got her where I want her again. And I think he honestly he's still immature. He's still immature in many ways. He's intimidated by you and your intensity. And he's not going to give you what you are hoping that, you know what I mean? Like, the mistake we make is putting on, these expectations on people that, yes, we might fall in love with them. It doesn't mean that they are on the same level necessarily. It took me a long time to be like, oh, understand that, and be like, because I thought that, knight in shining armor, and it was BS that you're made to believe when you're a little girl, like, oh, here's this, Cinderella, somebody. No, there's no Prince Charming, nobody's gonna come and rescue you rescue your own self, you know what I mean? So that's the whole point of it. In the end, though, here, if you start putting yourself first, and things can happen quickly, don't be intimidated by him, or, don't let him. It's kind of like you have to choose yourself. It's not about him. It needs to be about you. Exactly. You need to become the emperor. And I say emperor, not empress, because that's what you need to be. Just so. That's pretty much the gist, although Christian, then we can talk anytime. So as far as, it's funny because you say spiritually, what's the advice spiritually? That you need to let go of all of that. You need to follow you, because it's almost like you have been on a spiritual path. You know it, you feel it, and then all of a sudden, he pulls you right back in, so he blocks you. And you're trapped on the material and all the crap that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? You just go back to your old self. He makes you feel that way because he's triggering feelings in you that are unresolved. So, exactly. So follow that and don't be afraid, because when you choose yourself and you follow the spiritual path, his threats are hollow. don't worry about it. You know, just gotta do you. And I do love you very much. And thank you everyone for your patience. So we have
Hampton up next.
Hampton up next.
And
Hampton,
then Deanna.
Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon, Courtney, Melanie, and
Yeah, so I guess we're just on to the next.
okay.
Alrighty. Alright, so Hampton, what was your question? Hi Jess, how are you? Hey Hampton, alright, so what would you like a reading on, sweetie? A general? Alrighty.
Wait, can we do this with the card? Yeah. Sure? Yeah, I guess we'll decide it.
Alright.
I'll stay on scene.
Hampton, it seems like you're tired of being, the supportive one, of supporting other people. Is that true? I think that you've just been through, quite a bit of intensity, and now it's time to mourn and move on. You've got a lot of decisions to make, or rather, you've got a lot of options and one decision to make. However, you need to be the King of Swords in this. You need to be very decisive. The King of Swords has an air of command, an air of control. He controls his surroundings, and swords represent air, in which case these are, air are ideas and creativity and free thinking. The clouds behind him, can symbolize that as well. I think you very much need to spend some time on your own. That seems to be a real theme this evening, because the Four of Cups comes up yet again for you, and I think that's where you need to be. You need to be contemplative and doing you. I know it seems like you are tired of taking care of everybody, with every right you have. You have that right to be tired because you have done such an amazing job so far. It is time to walk away. And again, you have a decision to make, so you need this time to yourself to reflect on those choices and what that will mean for you. Please take that period of rest for yourself. Were you weren't recently in a relationship, or did you recently have a fight regarding a relationship, or? What's the deal here? Because the Ace of Cups comes up in your recent past. Thank you, Courtney. And Shakti will be back very shortly. Hampton, the very, straight to the point message that my cards are telling you is that it is time for some introspection. You were, and I think that you are still mourning that, and you can't do that if you are not on your own, reflecting on your own feelings. You know what I mean? If you're so busy taking care of everybody else, you're never going to have time to take care of yourself, and that's something that you need.
Bella, I still have milk in it.
Now, Hampton, I'm sure Shakti would be more than happy to put her input into it. In the meantime,
I'm like children. I'm like, sorry, my daughter just woke up too. Alright, so we went into with Hampton.
yes, Hampton wanted a general reading, and I was talking about how he needed to take some time to himself. He's just getting over this relationship and needs,
I did read
this
for-
time to himself to to grieve and to find himself, basically.
Actually, I did read for Hampton, I think, quickly the last broadcast. So
Oh,
I actually
Deanna, don't be
agree.
nervous.
I know. Don't be nervous, Deanna. So I'm going to do just a very, very quick quickie
A very, very quick quickie.
for Hampton, and then we're moving on to Deanna.
And
because
Deanna, you can think of very open-ended questions.
Everyone's
I mean,
patiently waiting.
tarot is very much, before we get
Aw.
on to this,
Love you too, Hampton. You're amazing, and thank you, everyone. You know, we love you.
you are completely welcome, Hampton. I really do hope that that helps. And again,
definitely.
take that time for introspection. And I was just commenting how that seems to be the theme for the night. That Four of Cups is the whole theme. It has popped up in almost every reading. And Deanna, as far as knowing what to ask, just ask open-ended questions, you know. You can ask for a general reading if you really have no idea, but if you have specific questions, you know.
But I'm going to finish up with Hampton. Aw.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Courtney. Hampton, it's funny, she told you the same thing that I did basically the last time. And I think that you just need to become, first of all, you know, and I could tell, I was like, you're still, you know, you and the ladies. And I think there's emphasis here on you becoming, you know, that king, you know, you becoming, and you know, it's funny because the card that I have here, and there we go. The card that I have here, the King of Swords, is someone that embodies, you know, like your, I mean, it apply to your situation. I would say that do not be afraid to speak your truth and to say, you know what, you have been with this person on and off, also a lot like the situation with Christian. And I know that there's a sense of loyalty there. There's, you know, just the good old times, the nostalgia, all of that, good old days. But, you know, it's not healthy if you're with someone that is kind of, you know, that is emotionally manipulative, or, you know what I mean? Like, again, the self. That's very important. If you choose yourself, it doesn't mean that you're selfish. It actually is the best thing you can do for anyone that you want to get in a relationship with. Because when you are all about making yourself better, then you're going to attract the people that are right for you, whether it is a lover, a partner, a friend, you know. And so that's just like the most important thing to remember. And also because when we become better for ourselves, then we're better for children, better for our friends or family, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I wanted to add to what Carlota said. And you can do it. You shouldn't be afraid. Absolutely not. So, Deanna, you know, I'll start with you. Thank you so much. I'll do a recount here. If anyone is watching and hasn't said, hey, hi, like, please do. Say hello, I'm here. And I'd like, you know, a mini reading. You can ask if there's something in particular. And again, this is just for all of you to see what, you know, like what we do. Carlota and I tend to work, you know, do collaborative efforts and work together. So it would mean a lot to us if you like both of our pages, love and share it. It is, however, not an obligation. Because I do not like to be obligated to do anything, you know. So you're so very welcome, Hampton. We do offer individual, you know, paid consultations. That is up to you on whether you feel that you need, you know, just more of an in-depth thing. So you can check out both of our pages for, you know, just details. Deanna. And I guess, I don't know if you wanted, so I have to turn this way because Deanna's on Carlota's feed. After Deanna, we have Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon, Courtney, Melanie, so far. So, yeah, I'm gonna be your first, Deanna. So, and I say, that's funny because they, you know, they can't see what you're typing, but it is an honor, Deanna, to be your first. It is, I think I'm really, I feel really privileged when someone's like first, you know, reading. So that's the case here with Deanna. It's the first time she's getting a reading by anyone. Okay, general life path. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see, because it's a kind of... Let's see what comes up, Deanna. General is actually great because that way whatever comes up is, what's at the forefront right now. From what I can pick up for you, Deanna, just even without doing a spread yet, I feel like you're shy, introverted. You're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. That's just a feeling that I get. Like you're very proper, very like, I'm sorry. Not that there's anything wrong with being proper or anything like that, but I think that the key here is to be more assertive. So just to see, okay, what comes up. Whoops. No. So, there is an emphasis, and I'm doing Deanna.
All right, I'm back.
And I'm taking over the whole page because I'm doing Deanna.
Okay, I would say.
But before, Carlota takes over, I'm going to finish with what just came up.
Okay.
I do see, again, the spiritual path very strongly. And, like I said, the demeanor, I feel like you have to become a bit more assertive. And announce, like, this is what I want to do and not feel bad about doing it. I see, so this is very interesting because I'm like, I think that these could potentially be 3 different men here. Now, I'll just quickly kind of explain and like, hi, and thank you everyone over there for being patient because I'm doing Carlota's feet real quick. There's one person waiting. And there's the man right now in question, and I think that I'm not going to just, like, I don't want to say he makes you feel responsible for his responsibilities, but I think that that's a big part of it. You've been there for him for a long time, and you can't play the role of mom, mommy. Like, and I say it, of course, with all due respect, but it took me a long time to realize, like, hey, if I start to take care of a guy and do things for a guy, guess what? He's not going to ever take care of you because you've become mommy. You're not a partner anymore. So you're not seen as an equal. You are seen as the one that will clean up his mess, the one that will, you know what I mean? And I understand that while you are concerned for him, he needs to pull up, like they tell us women, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You know what? That's what he needs to do. And again, for himself and also for you. I feel like maybe there's something here, like some kind of, it's just justice comes up. So I don't know if it's legality, yes, work involved, but he has to face that, and that is only for him to face, not for you to face for him, if that makes sense. And because I'm just trying to do be very, my Rhiannon, I want to know what you pick up for
And
Rhiannon.
the sun is coming up in both readings.
I'm going to try and just make it short and sweet.
All right, Deanna.
But before,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, there you go.
No, my bad.
Hello, Rhiannon. We'll put you on the list. And so, Deanna, I think, again, emphasis on you. And I do see, I'm going to have to say, I don't know, because you have the man in question now, and then there are 2 other men here, which... it's like it would take a bit more time for me to really, truly get into that. However, yes, the sun comes out, so things do get better for you as far as the current relationship, because there's definitely a relationship there for you, stability, union, but it's going to manifest, or it's going to make or take place once you start to hone into your high priestess, and the high priestess is your spiritual path. And I love that you have victory, you have the sun. So that's the general gist. I hope that helps. I'll let Carlota take it, but
No, I can agree with all of that. I think the spread that I just put out ties into it. You know, I think that it shows you being, you know, like feeling very trapped and being afraid to take control of, you know, take the reins, so to speak, of your life, and very literally, because this is the chariot that is crossing your Eight of Swords, which is your trapped feelings. So I think that you're afraid to take control, you know, afraid to take the reins and drive the chariot, so to speak. Now, the sun shows up in both readings, which can be very positive. I sort of wonder whether you have contemplated having children with this man, because that is a very real possibility. So I would be careful, because I'm not sure that that is necessarily the path that you want to take right now. You know, I think there was a lot of your significant other took a lot of freedom in his responsibilities, you know, in the recent past, and he just doesn't strike me as a super responsible guy, you know.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that you're afraid to leave that, you know, for one reason or another, and change is always very difficult. But don't, you know, you have to be strong, and you have to be willing to, I know this is really cliche, but you have to be willing to love yourself before you can truly enjoy being with somebody else. And I feel like that is the running theme in your spread. I also see some deception going on there, and I'm not sure whether it is you or him, but I get the feeling that it's more him, you know, sort of deceiving you, and maybe not that he's straight up lying. I think that it's more that you see him as something that he is not. But be careful with pregnancy if that is not something that you want.
I hope that helps, and you know, thank you everyone for joining. And we are doing double feeds here on, you know, Carlota's page and mine. So we had
I almost set myself on
Deanna
fire.
waiting on hers, and that's why we're turning that way. So thanks again, Deanna, for your patience, and I hope that that does help. Thank you everyone for patiently waiting. You know, if you always, of course,
You are absolutely welcome, Deanna. Thank you so much. And please, yes, keep us updated. Keep us posted.
yes, and I mean, you know, we're always available for our individual, you know, just private readings. That's a gist of what
And
we
you're
do.
welcome, Hampton.
Okay, so Brianna, we've added you to the list here. So let's see, Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle. Let's see if Shalinda's still here, because she's the next one up. And, you know, when
Shalinda, are you here?
when you
What would you like a
join-
reading on?
I think she might have, I don't know if she was general or, but, you know, when you join, just make sure you're like, hey, I'm here, and just let us know if you do want a reading.
Yes.
And what we're asking is if we've given you a reading recently, either, you know, just Carlota.
Make sure to leave us a
or-
review on our pages, or like
or
and
just,
share, you know,
I'm like, yes,
spread the
that
wealth,
too.
tell your friends about us. You know, we're
But,
trying to spread the word, so to speak.
yes, and we're also trying to right now just get to the people that have never had a reading done by either of us, or, you know, some of you are, you know, my people that are wonderful and I love. It's awesome because then we have Carlota here. She's never read for you, so it's a chance for you to get a different perspective.
And we do both offer readings, you know, outside of this. You're welcome to take a look at our pages for our rates. We offer by phone, by messenger, by text,
Or by
in
smoke
person, or by, you know, by cartoons. Like we can just hold up pictographs.
Actually, that would be really awesome.
That would be really awesome.
While we wait for Shalinda.
So please be supportive of our pages. Be supportive of us. You know, we do. This does take
we
our.
do magic tricks.
Well, you do magic tricks. I do real tarot,
Yeah.
but no.
I guess just waiting to see if Shalinda says anything. Then Teresa, Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon, Courtney, Melanie, Rhiannon.
Teresa, are you still here? Or Teresa?
Yeah, Teresa. I don't know. So, like, please be like, hey, I'm here. Because we don't want to keep everyone, like, waiting more than they need to. And, you know, you're taking time out of your night to watch us see our beautiful, flawless faces instead of doing whatever it is you do every night. So,
All right, I think
it's like,
Shalinda may have been
Shalinda,
gone.
going once, going twice. And if we skip you, then we can go back to you.
Yes.
You know. So
And who was
I
next,
guess
Danielle?
Shalinda, Teresa, Danielle. So we're
Teresa, Danielle, are either one of you
gonna-
available?
like Teresa, Danielle. Let's give one moment. Be like, hey. I mean, we'll have 6 viewers, so whoever's here. I'm like, I hope there's an. Okay, Danielle is here.
All
So
right.
let's get to Danielle.
All right, Danielle.
And then Danielle, Maxine, Shelby, Shannon, Courtney, Melanie, Brianna.
Shannon's here.
Shannon's here. Okay, so Danielle. All right, let's go. And I think did you want, I think it was a general, I mean, I don't know. I try
Yeah.
to write down on the side, like, whatever it is, if you do have a,
Yes, Danielle, what was it that you wanted a reading on, sweetie?
I think it was specific. Oh, I see a heart.
Remember Ned, Jack, Ricochet.
That's because we are lovely.
Absolutely stunning.
Stunning.
Sorry, if you don't know, that's our impersonation of, okay, what we feel. Yeah, Shelby's here, too. So, all right. And Shannon. So let's get to Maxine. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Danielle, that's what we feel. It's funny, with Danielle, I'm feeling, this is very random, I'm feeling like dark hair, green eyes. I don't know if that's you or somebody around you, or it's just random. But, you know, like, beautiful. I like that. Freckles. I don't know. Like, what does that mean? Then
Did
you
you-
ask for what I feel.
Did you recently have a pretty severe loss?
That's so crazy. Hold on.
Yeah.
You wanna, do you want Beavis or Butthead?
I'm asking Danielle here if she's had
This is for Danielle. Hey!
a severe loss of some kind.
You can go first.
Potentially involving money. I think that.
Unless you want me to.
I'm waiting for her to answer because I think that I can see, you know, it's going to be very tight times ahead. Very tight-fisted. You're going to have to really cut corners. You know, I know that you are still trying to, you know, enjoy life with what you have right now, but, you know, keep in mind that you really have to be careful with money right now.
Okay, so everything, yeah, I want to, I mean.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because, okay, so I do see either, it's funny because you said a loss, but their loss showed for me as well, although what I am picking up is, it's funny because it's like you receive money or receive something, and either, I don't know if it's an inheritance or something that you received and you wish.
Oh,
what you-
I'm so sorry, Danielle. I can
That's
see
it.
that.
That's that, like, because I was gonna say the loss that I felt was a loss that is of someone, not the money, but like someone is. It's like it's permanent. But at the same time, when you're seeing loss in the money, I'm also seeing the money here. So you know what I was saying is like. It's almost like you receive something that is material, like financial, because you have a lot of you know, the money cards here, but it isn't, you know,